Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining Ziing webinar tagged All You Need to Know About Ziing. We trust you have been keeping safe this period by following all safety measures required for a time like this. My name is Omoni David Mosaku, and I'm part of the Ziing team. I work with the data banking arm of Investment One Financial Services Limited. And today, my colleagues and I will be discussing what Ziing is and products available on Ziing. Also, we will be attending to your questions, your feedback, and your inquiries. At this point, I would like to invite my colleagues to formally introduce themselves to you. Please start, Femi.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Femi. I'm also a member of the digital banking group at Investment One, formerly known as the Ziing team. Uh, Welcome to the webinar.
Thank you, Femi. Emeka, please.
Hi guys, my name is Emeka and I'm a member of the Ziing team. As my colleagues have said, we're just basically here to intimate you on our application and also just get feedback from you and see how we can move this app for good. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Emeka. So today we'll be discussing what Ziing is, like I mentioned, and we'll talk briefly about Investment One, who Investment One is, and what Ziing is and what Ziing is all about. And I'll share my screen and I'll be presenting, I'll be making some presentation to everyone, and we're talking about Investment One at the moment. So I'm sure a lot of us are not familiar with who Investment One is, but would also like to talk about who Investment One is. Investment One is a financial services company. Investment One is a financial services company and was incorporated in 2008 as GTB Asset Management. In 2011, following new regulatory requirements, GT Bank divested from the company and now becoming Investment One Financial Services Limited, with a long-term goal of becoming the leading non-bank financial services group in Nigeria. And today, Investment One is a leading player in the Nigerian financial services industry with the extensive offerings in wealth management and trusts, mutual funds, pensions, real estate, private banking, investment banking, and securities brokerage. The group has been recognized as one of the fastest growing firms in Nigeria. Investment One has a decade of asset management expertise, a reputable track record, as well as experienced and committed professionals with a singular goal in mind: preservation and growth of capital. So, what is Ziing? What is Ziing? What is Ziing to everyone? So, sorry, I'm just showing my slide. So, Ziing is a savings and investment platform powered by Investment One Financial Services to ease investments, savings, and making payments. It's a user-friendly partner built solely with you in mind. Ziing takes away every hassle of your financial daily activities. And from the image you've seen before here, you can see that Ziing talks about being happy, being cool, and having that satisfaction. So Ziing aims to achieve all this for all of us, for everyone out there. So Ziing, according to Urban Dictionary, is an exclamation denoting happiness, approval, satisfaction, coolness, bonus round. And for us, Ziing means growth, ease, convenience, and speed. And we believe with every couple of yours, it should be working constantly for you. Every couple of yours should be working constantly for you every day. And we're on a mission to make that happen. So what is Ziing? So Ziing is available through three basic channels. We have the USSD, known as the *5678. So you can open an account, you can do some transaction on 5678. It's also available on the web platform. So if web platform is www.ziingate.com, and then the mobile platform, which is currently available on your Android store as well as also your iOS store. So it provides an interest-bearing wallet, it provides a goal-based automated savings product. There's so many investment opportunities on the Ziing platform, and which my colleagues will also be talking about. It also gives you the ability to trade local stocks as well as also make payments and other financial services. So the question would then be, why Ziing? So why should you use Ziing? So Ziing is affordable. So with Ziing, you can start with as low as 100 Naira. You can start with as low as 100 Naira in the grand scale of things, and also better returns. You get better returns on Ziing. You earn interest on active savings accounts. We have a savings Z-Save where you can spend at the same time, grow your wealth. Then it gives you accessibility, just like I mentioned earlier. We have different platforms. We have the Android, the web, and the USSD. You can access Ziing via these three platforms. Then for information and effective decision making, you can get information on this platform. We have our research portal also available for you to get information about the market, what the market is currently doing at the time, and then user interface, so easy to understand, so easy to comprehend, and you can do everything at the tap of your fingertips. Then for safety is allowed. So we have the investment that we have currently available on the platform at safe, invested in safe assets, and we don't commingle our funds from our customers in risky, very risky assets. And then reliable support system. It operates a robust support system that's always available, even after 24 hours. So you can make your withdrawals during weekends, at night. You can make an investment decision. You don't have to wait for business hour before you can make any form of investment decision. So before we talk about the product on Ziing, my colleague Emeka would also talk about the rationale behind the brand of Ziing, and I'll move on to Emeka now. Emeka, please.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. Just to add, while the webinar is going on, you can drop your questions in the Q&A session on this Zoom application. So if you have any questions, you can just type them out. And midway through this webinar, we'll attend to your questions. So why did we build Ziing, or why did we choose the name Ziing? So Investment One has we've been around for over 10 years, and we've been doing this, and we've been doing it well. So we've been doing a lot of things, mutual funds, stock trading, basically helping people move their money from one place to another. And by women, I mean growth, for instance. And we basically built Ziing because we wanted to, we realized that things were changing, and we wanted to avail our users that change. So we wanted to give you guys the freedom, as well as the flexibility to do a lot of things. Previously, we were obtained before for investment applications, from everything from opening the account to getting your funds. It was manual, it was paper-based. There was a lot of ambiguity about the information, things like that. And basically, that's what Ziing set out to change. So we built an application because almost everybody has a smartphone. But aside that, after we built the application and we digitized your whole investment journey, so from opt-in to funding your account to getting information about your investments, we digitized all that. So there's never a point where you have to pick up the phone to call someone, or there's never a point where you have to ask for a statement. You can just do that within your application at whatever time you want. Another important thing we also did was that we made withdrawals instant. So we strongly fought against having to keep you waiting for your money, because it's your money and you should get your money when you want your money. So that's part of the key things that we did to sort of set Ziing apart. And basically the rationale was a couple of things. So it was speed, it was convenience, it was flexibility, and then it was choice. And it was also information. So knowledge is the greatest competitive advantage. If you don't know what you're doing, or if you don't know what's happening in the market, or if you don't know how your money is growing, you're at a loss, you're at a disadvantage. So these are the things that we basically digitize, that just put in your fingertips. And but after building the app, we sort of realized that there was another gap. So that's where our USSD came in, because yes, we all have smartphones, but I think we all know the struggles with data from time to time. So if it's not availability, it's reliability, or it's speed, or it's something else. So which is where we now built a 5678, which is like a USSD code. On top. So 5678 is basically a USSD structure layered on top Ziing's offering. So virtually everything you can do on Ziing, you can do on 5678. we did this because, again, we realized that a certain part of our target audience was we're more comfortable already using already existing USSD short codes and transacting with the financial institutions that way. And we felt, why not? Like I said in the beginning, we started this journey because we wanted to give you guys choice and flexibility. So this was basically just us doing more, or still just doubling down on why we started and keeping to it. So that's about it. If you've used an application for a while, you will notice that over time it has gotten better. The interface has gotten better. It's gotten faster. We've had more products, so maybe more robust. And some other things that you might not have noticed as well. But bottom line is, every single day that we come to work, and our focus is how can we make this app faster, how can we make this app better for you, how can we make our users have more choice, so to speak. Yeah, so that's essentially why we built it. That's the rationale. And just a plus side, so when we're naming Ziing, Ziing is actually the last 4 letters of the word amazing. We just add an extra I because we like to be extra like that. So yeah, and that's the experience that we aim for users using our application, or for users when it comes to investments. We want your experience to be amazing, seamless, smooth, getting results, yielding fruits, growing, multiplying, stuff like that. So that's essentially it. I think I'll hand over. I think I said enough about why we built Ziing and some of the rationale. So I think I'll just switch place back to Omoni. So Omoni, over to you.
All right, thank you, Emeka, for that explanation. So for us as well, we would also like to make Ziing a verb. So you want to make a savings, you say Ziing it. So use the word Ziing it. So anything you want to do, just Ziing it. So we like to point that. And before we talk about ask questions, receive questions from you, would also want to talk about our products. So what products, what investment products are available on the Ziing app. So my colleague Femi would talk about the products. We would explain the features of each of those products, the benefits of those products, and why you should use either of any of the products that you would explain or talk about. Femi, please can you go ahead with the topic with the products?
Okay, as we've earlier mentioned, Ziing is designed basically to serve your purpose of your financial purpose, meet all financial needs you might have. And to that purpose, we designed or classified our products in 3 ways. One of which is core savings. We targeted savings, investments, and just added value of letting you use whatever you've earned for your personal needs. To that extent, let's go into the products. The first of which is always the welcome when you log into an application, is ZSave. ZSave is a hybrid savings product. It's designed to give you flexibility with your money. So with ZSave, you're allowed free access in. You can come in with as little as 100 naira. You can save and earn interest on that 100 naira. You earn as much as 6% per annum on your amount. That is, if I'm not boasting, one of the best you can have in the market today. Designed like this, it lets you buy airtime, lets you pay bills. Even that permits you make transfers within the application, meaning that with Ziing, you can always give people who are also using Ziing money. You don't have to take your money back out or try and find a way of giving other people, find a way of getting money to people. You can get it right there. On the ZSafe products, you do not take any penalties on your withdrawals. I'm sure if those of us who are familiar with how we use our bank today would know that there are always hidden charges. But with Ziing, you do not have to suffer that or let your money depreciate in any form. One of the other star products we like on Ziing is the Z plan. Like what most people would have experienced already in their normal banking experience, you see that you can go into your bank, set up an account, do this, do that. On Ziing, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is just click, 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 and you're already saving. With Z Plan, it allows you save for specific targets. I personally have goals, up to 5 of them. I have 5 goals running that lets me cover all of my financial thinking without having to do anything. With the best part of this plan feature is it lets you earn as high as 10% on all your goals. So not only are you saving, you're also earning, and that on its own, it's magic. So, and the best one of the other features you would look at on the plan or the goals is the flexibility of saving. I can choose to save daily, weekly, or monthly towards any of my goals, and I can fund it from as many options as I want. With on the Z plan, you can save from your already saved amount on your Z save, or you can have your card fund that goal at any interval you'd like. One of the options we are happy to tell everybody we have there is the fact that you can actually just make transfers to those things at will. So you are not strong armed to how you save. It's flexible, it's free, it lets you do it how you want it at no cost. With one of the other products we like to tell people about or like to let people know it's available is the Z Club. Like the name sound, it's a club that encourages you to save. It breeds the saving habits that most of us are always trying to build, that looks so difficult to us. It helps you build that habit and rewards you for it. The Z Club is is done by subscription. You subscribe to it in blocks. It lets one individual start by purchasing a block minimum of 1,000, lets you buy one block, and you buy in multiples. That multiple also earns interest that is payable twice every month, once on the 15th and once and the other end at the end of the month, like every other savings product you would find on the application. And our fourth is the traditional fixed income product. That is try to explain it as simple as it could be, the fixed deposit everybody normally enjoys in the bank. Ziing did not come in to demystify finance. It did not come in to break it down and spoil it for you. It came in to make it easier, make it easy to do. So with the fixed income, with as little as 100,000, you can start stashing money away for yourself. That's for some people, you have money now, you do not want to break it into bits and pieces. You can just book an investment and have that run for you at very interesting rates, very, very interesting rates. Like my colleague earlier mentioned, one of the features that Ziing is mostly proud of is the fact that information is very easy to access. So with the fixed income, it's graduated based on how much you want to do, how long you want to leave the money in there. The moment you set that up, the application shows you how much interest you'll be earning for that period. That's beautiful if you'd ask me. One of the other features we happily provide to our customers is stock trading. Today you find that a lot of people do not understand how best to make their money work for them, how best to use their money to their own advantage. And with Ziing, you have multiple options on doing that, one of which is stock trading. Trading stocks to people has always looked like rocket science for a lot of people. And with Ziing, you found out that by clicking a button, you can have access to the Nigerian Stock Exchange like an actual trader on the floor. You can buy the stock of Dangote Cement right from your phone, and you can buy whatever you want and start earning, start making money, start making decisions with your money, start doing things that most people would find difficult. And the best part of this is that it does not fix you to how you enter. The markets of the old, where you find people think, I have to have millions to enter the stock market. Ziing has come to open that to your eyes that you do not need millions. With as little as your 1,000, you bought a stock. You are a shareholder of a company listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and you can start earning dividends whenever they pay. That on its own is something that I do not see a lot of people taking advantage of. and Ziing has brought that to your fingers. Also, our mutual fund offering, with that was recently added on Ziing, and it's something I see that our users are really excited about and have started taking advantage of. The mutual fund offerings, just like the other features, brings investment to you as easy as you can have it. With mutual funds, you can invest in anything with as little as 1,000. That's just beautiful, if you'd ask me. With one of the options we have, I'm sorry, let me just start by explaining what a mutual fund is. Mutual fund is a pool of funds that allows everybody coming to buy investment instruments, which on a regular would require a lot of capital investment. So with a mutual fund, someone with as little as 1,000 naira can invest in treasury bills, which if the fund allows that, if the fund invests in that, can invest in treasury bills, securities, anything you're interested in, you will find in a mutual fund. One of our mutual funds is Abacus, the money market fund, which invests solely in money market instruments. By money market instruments, I mean treasury bills, commercial papers, and the likes. With as little as 1,000, as I said earlier, you can have that as well. We also have guaranteed income fund, which gives you a guaranteed sum, a guaranteed interest amount on the amount you enter with. That's beautiful. I think I covered all our products, but one of the things I'm really proud to explain to you is the USSD offerings. With our USSD, you can do all you would like to do on the application using just 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all. With that, you can open accounts, you can check balance, you can trade stocks, you can make transfers, you can buy airtime, you can buy airtime for other people. If there's any other thing that I think a product should offer, I think Ziing has offered it. I hope I've done justice to our products.
Thank you very much, Femi. You've done a lot. And would also like to talk briefly about the Vantage Guaranteed Income Fund. My colleague mentioned that it offers a guaranteed return. However, the return is benchmarked to this current standing deposit facility. So the current standing deposit facility is 8.5% per annum. However, it's been changed to reflect based on the current reduction in rates by the CBN, that's the Central Bank of Nigeria, currently at 7.5% now. Yeah, so from 1st of July, from 1st of July, that new rate would apply. And for us, we'd also like to talk about what's the current happenings in the world. So the COVID-19 lockdown period and all. So for us, we've learned a lot of lessons, and not just us talking about Ziing. Also, we need to also explain to everyone, the lessons we've learned so far. So during the lockdown, we learned that emergency funds are very key. They are very, very key. So you need to have like an emergency fund, and that is what ZSave will do for you. So with your ZSave, you can easily access your funds anytime. You don't have to wait for someone, you don't have to wait for anybody to be at the office or for an office to be opened before you can invest in ZSave or take your funds from ZSave. So ZSave gives you that access. It helps you to save your emergency funds. Also, we also learned to stock up. So during the lockdown, a lot of people were advised to buy foods, different forms of food, healthy food. But for us, it's also being able to diversify your portfolio. So when you're able to diversify your portfolio, you're buying different stocks, you're buying different you're investing into different form of assets. So you have your stocks, you have your mutual funds, you're able to diversify your investments. So with stocks, you take opportunity in the dividend paying stocks. You also take opportunity of mutual fund because some of them are invested in money market funds. Some are also invested in stocks as well. So I'm sure some persons will be asking, so why would I invest in mutual funds? Why can't I invest in stock directly? Why would I invest in mutual funds? So for mutual fund helps those who don't have basic knowledge about the stockbroking environment. So if you don't understand the risks involved in stock trading, would advise that you look at mutual funds currently offering investment investment in that area. So mutual fund helps you because of the fact that there's a professional managing that pool of funds invested in the different assets, is monitoring it, the person is monitoring, the professional is monitoring, as well as also taking investment decision, apt investment decision. And we've also learned that during the lockdown, time is everything. So everyone wants to get their funds on time, they want to make their payments on time, they want to withdraw that funds on time. So for us on Ziing, that is why we have everything at your fingertips. And Ziing is powered by a foremost brand, Investment One Financial Services. We've been here for over 10 years now, and we're still going to be much around, offering financial solutions to everyone and giving you that opportunity to invest and to save for your future. And we also want you to also understand that this lockdown kind of played a role or give everyone a picture of how retirement would look like. So during retirement, whatever happened to you during lockdown is likely is more like an example of what retirement is. You have enough time, but you have limited resources. You have limited resources. You can't go out. You can't do a lot of things, but what do you have in stock for you? What have you done? So have you been able to invest for the future? So these are the things we need to ask ourselves. And and with Ziing, we can help you achieve all these investment goals, all your investment goals. You can look at our Z plan. So my colleague mentioned that he has 5 goals set up. I also have goals. I also plan for events. I plan for December's festivities. I plan for a lot of things. And with Z plan, I put aside a lot of some amounts. I can do a particular amount on a daily basis, or I invest on a weekly basis or monthly basis. So with Z plan, you are able to achieve your goals. So you have a period, you can lock your goals. So for those who think or are not, they think they can't invest without accessing the fund, without pre-terminating the fund. So with Ziing, with the lock feature on the Ziing, you can actually keep yourself away from that investment and wait till the end or to the maturity date of your investment. And so from now, we'll be taking questions, and I would like Femi to just talk briefly on some questions that some people would have asked just before the webinar. Some people sent in some questions. So Femi, please go ahead with answering some of those questions that they've asked.
Okay, thank you, Mani. First, I think we'll start with the first question we have here. I'll read it out so we can all hear that. Because participant here says, good afternoon. Thanks for this platform. I have 2 questions. First one says, let's assume the unfortunate thing happened and the user has his or her Z plan savings locked for a particular time. How does the user access the savings for use? So like my colleague mentioned, Omani just mentioned this. One of the features of the Z plan is the lock feature that lets gives you a strict saving environment that lets you save based on the schedule you've set up. So if I start a savings today, I said I wanted to run till December, that feature ensures I stick to my plan. I stick to my savings plan. Unfortunately, with the design we put up, we ensure that nobody diverts that attention from your savings. So not I right here and sitting down can just click and just change what you have. We have to respect your decision and follow through to the end. However, in this COVID period, we understood that nobody foresaw COVID, nobody foresaw coronavirus, nobody saw that coming. But that sort of made us a bit sentimental as to go back to our people and say, okay, you know what? If this situation is actually really serious, you can come to us. You can give us a call. You can send us a mail and say, oh, look, it's really serious. I really need that money. We would go ahead and assist you in getting the money, but it is a one-off request. By one-off request, I mean, if you ask for this savings to be returned to you, we will terminate it and make it available for you in your ZSave account. But once you have made that request for one plan, you cannot come back and start making that request for your other plans. Because if we do that to all your savings, we defeated the purpose of having you save in the first place. I hope that answers the question. The second question here is, can you help explain better on mutual funds and stock trading for we that are not financially savvy? Okay, so I will take the mutual funds aspect and let Emeka take stock trading. For mutual funds, Omani explained this a little bit earlier, or a lot actually. She did say, for a lot of people, we want to invest in a lot of things, but we believe we do not have the expertise or the money to do so. So with certain mutual funds, you can invest in the stock market if you want to, or invest in strictly money market instruments or other things, real estate, as much as you want. One of the things that one of our funds, which is the Abacus, covers strictly money market instruments. That means you do not need a lot of money, you do not need the millions to invest to buy treasury bills. With the Abacus Money Market Fund, you can invest as little as 1,000, and that money is actually invested in a bill. So you enjoy the interest rates a normal investor would enjoy with a treasury bill with your little amount. That's one of the biggest features of a mutual fund. So some funds are allowed, based on their trust deed, are allowed to invest in the stock market, are allowed to invest in the real estate market and all of the other markets available. So that is basically the feature, the thing that the mutual funds allow. It lets you invest in anything you want, in anything you think you want to invest in, without giving you the limitations that a lot of these other things will give you. I'll let Emeka take the stock trading feature. Emeka.
Okay, so basically stock trading is one of the investment products that we have on Ziing, and stock trading is basically by giving you the opportunity to partake or to own parts of companies that you use every day and to benefit from that ownership. So previously, a while back, or even like in the medieval times, like land is a system of ownership. Like land was the symbol of riches, if we were to speak like that. So whoever had land would create. So land was the most important capital then. But things have changed, and now it's the companies that basically produce or service us that are the pillars of capital in our economy. So companies that take care of food or transportation or telecommunications, things that you basically use every day. And then what we basically allow you to do, what stock trading basically allows you to do, is to partake in that, is to own a piece of that and to be able to possibly have a say in decisions and also earn interest from those particular kinds of companies. But just so we're clear, stock trading is a slightly riskier asset, slightly riskier instrument. Before you set up a stock trading account or before you say you want to actively start trading, we advise that you put certain things in place first. So you should have an emergency fund that should at least last 3 to 6 months. You should only invest funds that you're willing to lose, but also funds that you might not have a need for in a year or 2 time. Because stock trading is not like a mutual fund where you can take it in today and take it out tomorrow. For you to actually succeed and for you to actually see the value in that particular type of investment, you have to be in it for the long run. So for the long run, we're talking upwards of 12 months, depending. So that's essentially that. So once you have, once you know your risk profile, once you have your emergency fund set up, and once you're sure that the capital that you're about to invest in the stock market is capital that you can, you will not have like a pressing need for within say 12 to 18 months upwards. Then we advise that you go all in. And by going all in, I don't mean you just pick any random stock on the market and just throw your funds at it. No. Investment One or Ziing basically gives you access to Investment One stockbrokers. So essentially it means that should you need advice, or should you need reports, or should you need certain information, or should you need to ask certain questions about certain things, then you'll be able to, then you always have somebody or somewhere to get this information from. As a house, we have some names that we say, okay, you can place your money in, because these are maybe companies that have a track record of paying dividends, companies who have solid management in place, companies who have analyzed their financials, and we've seen that, yes, they know what they're doing, and there's a sure path to growth, if we're to use those terms. So it's nothing is given, but we do what we can on our end, and once you have patient capital, because I mean that's the key for stock trading, you have to have patient capital. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. As you all know, a lot of us have heard about Warren Buffett and how one of his strategies is just keep on buying and you hold for the long term. And his portfolio results are available online, so you can see how the fund that he manages has grown. So that's basically that's one of like the tried and tested strategies that has worked for people who want to invest in the stock market. So buy and then hold for a really long time, and then the price comes down. Once you are confident that it's a solid stock, can average down, buy again, just keep on building your portfolio. Along the line, eventually, especially if you invest in a stock that pays dividends, you will be net positive. So you will get dividends, and then you also have capital appreciation. Besides that, I think stock is also a very unique instrument, because you can also use that as collateral for should you want to take a loan from another organization, or should you want to present proof of funds, maybe before a visa application, things like that. Like the use cases are a lot. So overall, what we're saying, or the summary we're saying is stock trading is a slightly riskier asset. You should only invest after you have a solid emergency fund to fall back on. And lastly, you should pick solid names to put in your portfolio. So stock trading is not like going to a supermarket and selecting 15, 20 items off the shelf. No, it's you don't just pick things because maybe the logo is fine or the company is popular. No, it doesn't work that way. You basically have to just settle down. Ideal portfolio composition, maybe 7 to 8 stocks, 10 maximum. Like I said, it's not supermarkets where you pick everything off the shelf for the pretty solid names. And once you do that and you're patient, you'll be fine. Your dividends will get paid to you, you'll see your money grow, and then you have flexibility. I mean, the good thing about having diversified assets is you have flexibility. So if there's something, maybe if there's another pandemic or something, you have a cushion to fall back on, because I mean, you went into the stock market with the right mindset and with the right information, and overall, you will do well. So I think that's that. So if you're thinking of getting involved in stock trading, maybe it's your first time or your first foray, on Ziing, you can actually start investing as little as 100 naira. You can buy 10,000 naira. Depending on you, essentially, you can just buy a stock, see how it goes, watch it for a while, ask questions. I think we're always available to answer whatever questions that you might have relating to the market or relating to products that we offer. So yes, that's it. I hope I've been able to sort of break it down, so you sort of know, have a rationale, then you know what's at stake, and then you also know how long you have to stay for you to get something reasonable. So I think there are other questions, so I think I'll allow Omani to take some other questions.
Okay, thank you, Emeka. The next one here, okay, he already said it. He said he's not really pertaining to the tutorial. He said he has challenges updating his KYC. He initially updated a utility bill with his current address, but did not match. So, concerning your KYC on the Ziing application, because Investment One is a licensed organization, we are completely and solely regulated by the SEC, that's Securities and Exchange Commission, also by the Nigerian Stock Exchange and PENCOM. So we follow strict rules. We do not just take your money and do whatever we want with it. We are answerable to the Nigerian government, and therefore have to be able to account for whose money we have with us. And that's the reason why we request for your KYC documents. Whenever it has come to our attention that when people use the application, a lot of us are not as savvy as we'd like to think with our phones and all, and do not check the size of the documents we try to upload. Because you are sending something online and you're using it over your mobile device that is using probably one of our local network sources, it gets heavy when you are trying to use a network that might be poor. And therefore, we advise you make your document as light as possible. But whenever you still have those kind of difficulties, we are always available to take that stress off you by taking those documents from you via mail and uploading it from you. And it's done quickly and very, very fast. And also because we have that, we do that, because we are regulated also, those documents have to be checked, have to be confirmed that they meet the standards that are required of us. That's the reason why some of the times your documents are sent back to you to then review and put up again. I hope I've answered you, Kenechukwu. Thank you. Omani, I think this one looks like it's playing towards you. He says, I downloaded the app. I opened a stockbroking account for my son. Please, can I have, a few weeks ago, please, can I have this recording sent to my mail so that I can watch again and comprehend all the explanations?
Okay, all right, Femi. We would send out recorded this video and to everyone who has registered for the webinar. So this will be sent to everyone and immediately after this session. Please go to the next question.
Thank you, Emily. The next question says, can Zingit account act as an investment broker for an individual?
Okay, I would like to answer that question. So on Ziing, you can open a stockbroking account. So stockbroking, which is the CSCS account, you can open a stockbroking account on Ziing, and you can also buy and sell your stocks on the Ziing platform. So via the web, via the mobile app, as well as also via the USSD, you can buy, you can sell stocks and buy stocks.
All right, thank you. This next question says, it's one of the best developments in the financial sector. However, I need time to still understand it. Kudos to Investment One. Thank you very much, Babajide Akinola, for the thumbs up. However, if you need more explanation on anything, any feature of the application, we are only a mail away. Send us a mail, somebody will respond to you, give you as much information as you require. And if you do not want to send a mail or do not want to bother anybody, you can go to the website at www.zingit.com and read as much as you like. It's a very informative page, so you can see as much information as you would like to see. Thank you. There's Bolaji Disu says, good afternoon. I have an Abacus account. How Ziing link to the Abacus account?
Okay.
Mani, would you like to take that?
Okay. All right, so I'll take this. So if you already have an Abacus account, that means you're already a client of Investment One. So how do you then link this account, your Abacus account on Ziing? So once you've been able to download your Ziing app, you've signed up. So when you're signing up, you sign up as an existing customer of Investment One. So we believe you already have login details to your Easy Invest as well as also Easy Trade. So you can also use the same login details on Ziing. So once you sign up as an existing customer and you just opt into your Abacus account, it automatically brings it out because it gets your account, it's able to, it synchronizes with your account number in-house with Investment One. So that's how you can link into the Ziing app. So once you open, once you sign up as an existing customer of Investment One, then you can go ahead.
All right, thank you, Amani. Our next question says, I wish to know if Ziing is replacing IUFS app. I'd like Emeka to please try and help this customer of ours understand the process here.
Okay, hi Emmanuel. So Ziing and IFS apps, those are two separate apps, and they have different ways. So no, Ziing is not actually going to be a replacement for the IFS app. On the contrary, the IFS app is even actually quite a little bit more robust than Ziing, in the sense that, say, if you have a pension account with us, I think we also mentioned that we are a pension fund administrator. You can also access that information there. So the IFS app is it's almost like the main body of knowledge, especially if you have a lot of products with us. While Ziing is more for so we added a transactional edge to it, in the sense that we brought in new products such as ZSave and Zplan, which have a lot of other use cases like bills and transfers, and targeted savings and automated deposits, things like that. But they're two separate entities. Will there be some overlaps, or are there some overlaps? Definitely. And the same applies with a lot of our channels as well. For instance, you have 5678, which is a USSD code that as many accounts as you want. So it's just a case of, once again, we'd like to just have a view of your accounts and just be able to see your value. Then sure, IFS app is for you. But if you like go a step further and say to do a lot of transactions and things like that, then you can use Ziing as well. They are both apps. They come to work. We fine tune both apps. Maybe you're receiving a lower quality of service on anyone, but Ziing is not going to be a replacement for the IFS app. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I'll just take the next question. Okay, so Bolaji Disu and Okoko Iberi are asking the same thing. How can old clients link their mutual funds to Ziing? I think Omoni has already explained this. Once you sign up as an existing customer, your accounts are linked. If you do not sign up as an existing customer, that's a conversation for another day. But we believe that once you have your accounts, or you already have relations with us, then that will not be an issue. Once you log into Ziing, you should see your balance and be able to transact. So I think that's for two questions. The next question says, what if I don't want to save monthly or weekly? I just want to lock a bulk sum of money on my ZSave for a duration. Is it possible? So for ZSave, there is no we don't give you the opportunity to lock. If you want to lock, you have to move on to Zplan, because one of the fundamental value propositions of ZSave is basically that we're giving you that flexibility. And we did this for a couple of reasons. If you look at your normal bank account, if you make more than 3 transactions a month, you forfeit whatever little interest the bank promises you. But on Ziing, we switch that around, so you can make as many transactions as you want, and you still get your correct interest at the end of the month. There's no forfeiture of interest. So based on that, no, you will not be able to lock funds in your ZSave. However, if you want to lock funds, then we advise that you use Zplan module. So you can lock funds for as little as a month or as long as you like. We have some goals out 20 years old on Ziing. So there's that.
Okay, so I'll take the next question.
The next question. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. I'll take the next question. And someone says, good afternoon. Is interest on mutual funds fixed or not? So mutual fund, like we mentioned, it's being managed by a professional, and then whatever return is given to the subscribers of the mutual funds. So we have different types of mutual funds. So there are different types of mutual fund, and the type of mutual fund is determined by by whatever is being backed on the investing instruments. So we have money markets mutual funds, we have equity mutual fund, and we also have balanced mutual fund. So currently for the mutual funds that we have on Ziing, for Abacus Money Market Fund, no, the return is not fixed. It fluctuates on a daily basis. So this is what how it's being calculated. So the return is on a daily basis. There is a return and there's a valuation, and whatever the valuation is, what is being given to the customers nets the management fee. So that's for the Abacus Money Market Fund. And for the Vantage Guaranteed Income Fund, like I mentioned earlier, it's benchmarked. The return is benchmarked with the standing deposit facility. So currently 8.5. So benchmark is 8.5 now. So the way it works is that is guaranteed to the user. So if there's an excess performance, so if you make more than 8.5, then there is also a share. There's a way we share that. So subscribers also get a percentage of the excess performance. So which means that the overall income or the overall interest on mutual fund is not fixed. So you get returns based on the performance on the fund and how the fund manager is able to manage the fund and give return to subscribers.
Thank you, Amani.
Yes.
The next question here says, in regard to mutual funds, are the investment instruments restricted to Nigeria alone, or are there foreign instruments involved? So like we said earlier, our mutual funds touch base with a lot of investment instruments. One of our mutual funds is called the Vantage Dollar Fund. The Vantage Dollar Fund it's a dollar-denominated fund that invests in the the investment products, investment instruments like the Euro bonds and other foreign dominated assets. So with the dollar fund, you can have access to foreign instruments. So we are not typically tied to Nigerian instruments alone with mutual funds. Next question says, which generates more interest, ZSafe or Abacus? I think Omani already sort of answered this one by explaining that the mutual funds perform based on the instruments they are invested in. So based on the returns from those instruments, that exactly tells how much interest you would earn. But on the ZSafe's interest is fixed. It is fixed as a period. So you do not expect to earn more than that interest that is currently running at. Thank you. The next question on the stocks, does it mean I won't have issues with my stock brokerage account at Investment One? How do I blend this? Said, does it? I'm trying to understand that question. Does it mean I won't have issues with my stock brokerage account?
So I think what this person is trying to say is that he's trying to find out if there won't be any form of issues when he's trying to sign up or when he's trying to buy or sell shares. Yes, on our platform, so you can easily open an account. You can get your information, and also you can start selling and buying your stocks. And if you're able to buy, you get a contract note. So you'll be notified whenever you buy your stocks or whenever you sell your stocks on the platform. So there's also another question. So say someone is asking, who determines or manages the buying and selling of stocks on Ziing? So you determine the buying and the selling of stocks on Ziing. You buy, you make your decision. Yes, we can recommend what stock you can invest in. However, you are the one that would determine, and you are the one that will execute or make that decision of what to buy, what stock to buy, and what stock to sell. Femi, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Moni. Next question says, good afternoon. Thanks for this. You were explaining mutual fund. My question is, can you refund an investment, e.g. treasury bill, after the first time funding? So your treasury bill kind of investments, treasury bills are usually one-off. You buy a bill. You do not invest in them part-time. But for the mutual funds, like I said, the mutual fund, it's really accommodating. It welcomes you whichever way you come. So you can enter the mutual fund at any time. You can I can give 10,000 into my mutual fund today, come back tomorrow and put more money. That's how flexible the mutual fund allows you come in. So it's not fixed to when you can buy or or when you can add more money to your fund. You can always do that anytime you feel like it. The next question goes, how can one sync Abacus trade with Ziing? So this is part of what my colleague Omoni explained earlier. On the application, if you come in today already having an Abacus account and sign up as an existing customer, and when you get to the Abacus feature and you opt in there, it synchronizes your account. It synchronizes your account immediately. So you do not have to go through any additional process. But if you're already on Ziing and you sign in as an existing customer, just opt in. Thank you. Okay, next question says, okay, this is a similar question has been answered. This question goes, here's my question. How dangerous is it for a user not to update the KYC? It's not a dangerous thing to say, it's just that, like I explained earlier, we are a regulated entity. We are required to know whose money we hold. And that is the major reason why we ask for your KYC. On the Ziing application currently, if you do not provide the KYC, it limits your ability to use the app freely. For investment items such as the Abacus funds, which are heavily regulated, we are required to provide a KYC. And so it is not a dangerous thing not to have a KYC, but it is a requirement to use the application.
Right. So I would also like to go further with the answering that question. So currently on Ziing, for ZSafe plan, we operate a 3-tier KYC requirement level. So for example, if you've only provided maybe your bank accounts as well as also your BVN, there's a limit of limit of transaction you can make on the platform. So yes, you can invest, but however, when you're taking out your funds, you'll be limited to 30,000 naira on a daily basis. So if you want to have access to all your funds, you need to provide all your KYC requirements. And the KYC requirements are your passport photograph, your ID card, which is the regulated ID card. So either your driver's license, your national ID card, your permanent voter's card, and then your utility bill. So a lot of people ask, well, what is utility bill? Utility bill is more like a bill that shows your address. So it has to show the address or the address that you've already imputed on the Ziing app. So it could be your power bill, it could be your water bill, and then it could also be your telephone bill if you still pay telephone bills. So that's basically the 3 requirements. So our time is fast spent, and then we'd just like to read the final question. So we have a lot of questions, and then we'll also show you how you can reach us. So someone is asking, must I be a client of Investment One or Investment One Pensions before I can open a Ziing account? No, you don't have to be a existing client of Investment One. So that is where there's the option of sign up. So that is when you have to provide your KYC, your information, and then you can start using the Ziing app. You don't have to be an existing client of Investment One before you can use your Ziing app. So you can start and finish your investment on the platform, on the Ziing platform. Yes. So, and also, what are the, so I think there are also other questions. I'd just like to take the last one. There was a question that I saw here, and I would like to also address it. So someone is saying, that is it possible to move my funds from Abacus to ZSafe? Yes, it is possible. So if you want to make a withdrawal from your Abacus, you can withdraw from Abacus. You can just click on the liquidate, and then there's a minimum to how much you can withdraw on the Abacus on the Ziing from your Abacus account. So there's a minimum you can withdraw. There's a maximum. Sorry, there's a limit to how much you can withdraw. So maximum is 500,000 naira on a daily basis. So once you can withdraw to that, you can put that into your ZSafe. As well, you can also fund your Abacus from your ZSafe account. You can fund your Abacus account, you can fund your fixed income account, you can buy shares using your ZSafe account. So like my colleague mentioned earlier, ZSafe is more like your wallet, it's more like your savings account where you can make transactions on. And the rationale is, yes, we understand that there are so many things you need to pay for, there are so many things you need to do. However, we want you to also grow your funds while you are spending that money. That is the benefits of the ZSafe account. So at this point, would like to round this up and thank everyone for joining this webinar. It's been really insightful. We've received a lot of questions, and it's really nice to have you join this platform, this webinar. And you can look at the slide currently up. You can contact us via any of this channel. You can contact us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp, even on phone, telephone, as well as also send us an email. So you can send us an email to hello@zinggates.com. You can go to our website, www.zinggates.com. So Zinggates. So like I said earlier, I would like to make Zing a verb. So anything you want to do, just say Zinggates. Thank you very much, Femi and Emeka. Thank you very much for holding this session with me. Looking forward to seeing you again next month.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
This is
Have a
because
nice day.